Oh, and I'll just point out, these are Susan. This is the book for Susan's Phoenix cards. This is what I was reading from. And this is the book that comes with Mel's Aboriginal Spirit cards. Okay. So, do we start with, yeah, let's start with Green Man. Let's start with Green Man, which is Earth Sun. Okay. Oh, I opened right to it. And let's do this. Get him focused. Okay. The Earth Sun is the guardian responsible for nurturing and caring for the environment, the animals, and the plants, much like an elemental or the fairy folk. What was I saying about those 10 pentacles? But I knew it when I saw Green Man anyway. Okay. He takes his role seriously, but is high-spirited, always looking to spread his love and laughter with the world. So there's a combination of personality types going on here in terms of how to embrace yourself and express yourself. Okay, that's me saying that. Explanation of this card. You're confident and carefree and are not limited by your fears. This is a great trait to have, as it gives you the courage to move forward to face any challenges that lay in front of you. You have little time for those who try to limit your beliefs or dampen your spirits. In fact, you feel only pity for those who restrict themselves because of their fears. These are not people who you choose to surround yourself with. However, these same people are drawn to you because of your endlessly cheerful attitude and positive outlook on life. For some reason, you're a little resistant in moving forward, but have no fear. There are no downsides to the decision you need to make right now. Whichever direction you decide to go, it will have a good outcome. You have a deep faith and belief in yourself that will continue to hold you in good stead once again. Your confidence and luck will always land you on your feet. Okay. Focus that for a second here while I get the love card. And then focus back in on it. Let's see. Love is different to each of us, yet it's still the same emotion felt in varying degrees. The love for a child is pure and nurturing, whereas the love for a partner can be overwhelming and passionate. It's the same base emotion with different conditions and responsibilities attached. Each different type of love is equally as important as the other, filling us with feelings that cannot be explained adequately with words. Love is not unconditional as we like to think. Love comes with conditions. Conditions that you respect the person and cause them no harm. To protect ourselves from harm, there need to be conditions attached to the love we give. To love someone, no matter what, is disrespectful to yourself. It is time to let go of these people in your life as they drag you down and deplete your energy. You know who they are, only you lack the confidence and courage to disengage with them. Your body and your life are sacred. Only allow those who respect you into your life. Surround yourself with people who can support you through this time of spring cleaning. Life will improve dramatically, and you will find the peace you've been searching for. You will find the love you are looking for, but it will be redefined as a result of this experience. And I absolutely love that. That was such a freeing thing, affirming thing to read that when that came through. She gets her messages from God, but through her ancestors, through dreams. Yeah. And so, let's see here. So the leadership card, which I think is just the page before love. All right. Leadership recognizes the respect and honor a person holds within a community, right? So further to the boundaries and the conditions, yes? A leader is someone we look to as a role model for our values and sense of self. Leadership comes with much responsibility to teach our communities the values and stories that are important for our growth and well-being. There is someone around you that's representing themselves as an authority. This person does not lead by example, and is always filled with excuses as to why they are unable to act honorably in certain situations. Your intuition of late has been telling you this person is not honorable, yet you've struggled to have your own opinion of them because their ability to charm and fool others around you. Once you stand up and walk away from this disruptive influence, others will follow quickly behind you and support your actions. This situation will give you the confidence in the future to look closer at people who pretend to represent themselves as something they're not, and will in turn alleviate much confusion and stress in your life. Well, let's see. So how does that apply so far to what we're seeing? Now, it takes me back to what I was thinking when I saw the Buddhas so much, because of course the emphasis in Buddhism is to, see yourself as, right? To get to the point where you are in and it is in you, because of the electromagnetic, biological connections of everything, the interconnections, yes? So who on this table then? Who on this table? Actually, and let me just hold this card up for a moment. Do it justice. There's a mask, traditional Hopi mask. Who on this table is presenting then? Is anybody presenting as a false authority? I don't know. We have the Six of Swords reversed, safe passage. We're needing to go back to the Five of Swords. So we have a 4 and a 6. So we have a 5 of necessary change and making a break for something, like taking what you can. We have a knight versus a king. Now, the knight is stuck or squaring off against. The knight is the 10. So the knight is working with the completion. So the fool might be the knight, right? But again, the king. So you might be stuck between knight and king energy. We have 2 figures squaring off. Look again, what was I saying about, yeah, things have to work together. Okay. So, Wild Kuan Yin. We'll just wrap this up. There we go. Can't ever do these cards. I need a giant version of them. Look for my signs. I have been speaking to you through signs in the world and feelings in your heart. Oh, there we go with the heart again. Can you hear my reassuring voice? When you ask me for a sign, I give it. Notice what is happening in the world around you. Take comfort and believe. Okay, so we've been maybe too much in our swords energy. And notice what is happening in the world around you. Take comfort and believe. Look for my signs. So look where you haven't been looking. You're forgetting you're on track. I have a feeling it has everything to do with how much coordination is going on here. And possibly so much action, especially if we have Fool energy and Empress energy here, and the 10. All right, so bear with me one moment. Okay, so I forgot to press record. All right, here we go. And yeah, all that root work, all that growth that's been, go back into. And divine, yeah, exactly what I was saying. Somebody, and remember how I saw the blue door, And if somebody might be trying to get through, absolutely. Do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. Okay? So, absolutely. Okay, so that's affirmation. Next, this one again, right there. And we have a wheel. Kind of reminding me of the Maya wheel of the calendars, which reminds me of how I built the pink spider birth charts, wheels within wheels. But offerings. Abundance lies in the heart that allows. Share more than expected and see love come around. So we had this the last time as well. The heart. Okay, so huge emphasis on heart and allowing and being connected. But again, all the Buddhism. So huge emphasis on ethics and big picture. And we've got green energy finally. Again with leaves on the ground. We've got lichen and moss. Regrowth, regeneration. Hummingbird song. Nectar of sweetness, in joy it brings. The hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. So paying attention. The emphasis on nature. The emphasis on nature, connecting the timing of nature, connecting to what you're doing. Look at that. I mean, let's just meditate on this for a moment here. So we have RGB, we have green and orange. Look at all those roots. The lintel. But look at, I mean, absolutely one system. This is a unification. Like this is not mixed cultural experience. This is a singular cultural experience. So there's somebody coming through with a very specific background or very specific emphasis on self, looking to yourself, this sense of ability to lead, extreme positivity, a portal, two doors, the same portal going, but not, right? Like different dimensions, but the same energies connecting to the same things, but you know, different places, but same meaning. And this consciousness connecting them, yes, because we have the statue card in between, and we have a slanted doorway. These two doorways were facing head on, yes. This one we're at a 45 angle, and we're looking through it. We're looking into the others, but we're looking through this one in the center. So there's a bridge, there's a connection. So there's the working between at least two dimensions, two different areas, but they are connected. So what is, there's a figure in this, there's only a figure in this one, yes? But but as if this is almost more spirit, and this is almost, you know, separate from earth, and you know, because we've got the death here, we don't have anything growing here, but we do here, yes. So between one life and the next life, paying it forward. There's so much to pick up from the cards, so much to pick up from the cards, but yeah. I'm even going to meditate on these. But the emphasis on, through the Empress, the signs, yes, manifesting. extreme emphasis on the positive and the hopeful. No matter, I mean, I work with against evil all the time, and I acknowledge, as far as I'm, you know, like I deal with evil a lot. And so if there is a concern that you are neglecting any of the nastier sides of life with a false positivity, no, that is not what I'm getting a push here to be an even stronger weapon and threat by stepping into this deep, deep fairy world. Wild. Green Man is wild. Absolutely wild. Completion. Proving yourself to everyone. Getting the recognition. Completion. Deep magic. This King of Swords. Well, let's just see if there's any final word to clarify what the King of Swords is really about. That's too many. But then I did ask. No, I'm not taking them. Oh, okay, but there's a key. The decaying situation, yes, the luck and the ship. Let's go for one card. They're having a laugh. They're like, look how many cards you got. What are you on, drugs? No. Okay. That's it. Yeah, even the cards are sticking. Like, how many do you want? Anchor. Nine of Swords with a 7. Yes. Okay. Getting yourself on solid ground. Yes. Finding your place. Settling yourself. Nine of Swords again is proving yourself. This is King of Swords energy for me. Again. And that connectivity of 11th house. Yes. The Aquarius energy of serving others. Serving others. The authority to serve others. So cutting out whoever might be posing a block, you know, a social block to you. But yeah, the Nine of Swords usually gets such a bad interpretation through the cards, the tarot. But a 9 is proving yourself to everyone, and it's mastermind thinking. So they're in 11th house. Yeah. So we're echoing again. And it's, yeah, finding your place and establishing yourself in it. Beautiful. Okay, and I love how I was talking about Kali at the beginning, Devil card, and we've got that strong 10th house energy here. Okay, so that's it for now. This might, so again, and it might be happening towards winter. Yes, I would say if snow, regardless if okay, what I want to say is, let me be clear. Southern versus northern. Let me say, because it won't be winter in southern. Yeah, it'll be summer. So let's say December. Let's say in the next few months. Regardless of the weather. I'm taking it as a cue for this, but yes. And those subtleties. The tone on tone. Okay, final thought. And sorry for the huge noise outside. I have to, it comes and goes. They stop and start as they will. Just zoom in here a bit so the candles aren't so bright. I'm an idiot, okay? It's the same door. I don't know why I couldn't see it. They didn't want me to see it right away. Okay. But see? Same. I didn't even get it by looking at them. I didn't, and I'm really ashamed of that as somebody who spends all of my time with images. Yeah, it's amazing what a camera can do, but what I did was do a Google search. I wanted to get specific about who and what. Sorry, I was getting the image on my phone. Of course, it's Angkor Wat, the largest, right? And it's still the largest, larger than Vatican City. So God only knows how much power is running through that place, because we know what they do in Vatican City. Another website to visit. Oh, I don't have the site listed there. Okay. But there's the title to follow. And the other one was Science Photo Library. Insight Guides. Okay. But I looked into a couple of things I followed up on. And so if you go, and then ourwholevillage.com gave me something to follow up on. The size of it. I'm going to pause on that, and that's ourwholevillage.com. So when I was saying the whole idea of reading the portals, the doors, the dimensions, it started off, well, Hindu is an English word for Indian religions. There are so many Indian religions, or, so Hindu is a blanket term. And then it became Buddhist. But excellent waterworks. I found a Daily Mail article that they've gone and 8 buried towers found on the grounds. This area and this whole other area. Buried towers demolished during construction of the main temple. More than 1,500 meters long, right? So the idea being that it's the same place. This means something. To not realize that you're in the same place. To recognize. Recognition. If we put this back through here, yes. So we apply that to it. The photograph I found even has, that plant identifying with these two roots in particular. I still, I'm kicking myself, but that's part of the message. It's part of the message is that it's the same place. It's the same place, the roots. So another thing I did was, because of the message in this Hopi card, the Hopi card about finding the tree. And I was like, okay, but what tree am I going to go out and find a tree? What am I doing? I'm like, no, I already have a very strong relationship with a tree. I had one. The tree had to be destroyed. It was dying. But all my childhood, and even into my son's childhood, this is my son when he's a little guy, and that's why the photo was taken at this angle. But I grew up with this tree, and I knew it had pussy willows. I just never knew exactly what kind of tree it was. So I looked up pussy willows, and I looked up different kinds. I went down a general rabbit hole, and then it mentioned, what is it? Hang on. Okay, so this is what I did. I was like, okay, let's start here. What do they need me to know? What do they need me to pay attention to? And just in the results, I ended up on the spruce.com, and it was giving sites different kinds, and I went with discolor because it says it's the American pussy willow, right? And I looked into that, and I'm like, yes, some of that looks right, but the height is wrong. The one I grew up with it's a proper tree. The discolor tends to be more of a shrub. It only gets to maybe 15 feet high or something, I believe, and that's close to mine, but it's still not big enough. Now the root system, absolutely. Now what does that root system look like? Yeah, similar enough, like a very complex tree, yes. And here the roots even reaching up above ground, which was probably part of its problem eventually. But so I thought, I went to wildseedproject.net, and then I found mention of, where did I find mention of it? Salix nigra, the black willow. I'm like, well, I like that name because it makes me think spidery thoughts with black widow, right? And so, and this is credit to the Wild Seed Project. So I look up black willow and I'm like, yep, those are the leaves. Those are the leaves that and yes, that's it. That's it, wildflower.org. So I've got information on a tree. And yep, see, I'm in Manitoba, and there we go. But so I'm going to get into that. I'm going to dig into that energy and go back to my relationship with that tree and what it means to me. I have photos of me climbing it back when I'm a teenager, but I couldn't find them fast enough for this. But so this is becoming, yeah, fairly deeply emotional and spiritual in a way that's, it could almost be said, did I live at that home just for the sake of connecting with that tree? And so I just kept photos of things that spoke to me exactly. Like, these are photos of things that seem so fresh to my memory. I can't visualize, but it's like I look at it and go, yep, I have been close to that. This is all bringing it back. And so that's, and then I photographed the part from the book that explains that, and I'll do a little photo collage as I tend to do. But that's how I followed up with that, if that's any help. I also let me just call it up here if I could get the heck out of my photo. I looked up, double-checked anchor, tenacity, reaching a goal or completing a task. Despite whatever setbacks or tricky situations you find yourself in, you remain steadfast in your choices. I love labyrinthos.com, so that's where I often go. And then I just double-checked the combined meanings with the bouquet and the anchor and the scythe. Bouquet, the anchor, the scythe, and the gentleman. And that's, as they were saying in the Hopi card, as Susan was saying, you want deep, meaningful relationship now. Not any more quick experiences and stuff like that. That's exactly how these cards combine together. And so it's affirming. It's affirming solidity. And so add that to the green man energy and the conditions on love and the leadership. And I think we're looking at the final mile. All right, there we go. Hope that helps. And again, much love.